Good morning. My name is Dimitra Hondrogianni, and I'm going to present you our work with Professor Stefanidis and Christos Giorgasis from the University of Patras during Pharos project on low-cost fleet management solutions in the framework of emerging markets. Pharos is an EU and Egypt founded project which developed low-cost smart solutions for fleet managers. Main objective of this project is to facilitate efficient route choices and eco-driving in order to minimize fuel consumption and carbon emissions. Models for travel time estimation and fuel consumption estimation have been developed and added into an existing fleet management system called Alter, developed by Softex International Company and used by various customers and companies in Egypt. The current presentation is on the theoretical and practical formulation of the rescheduling component that has been added in the already existing fleet management system. Based on this formulation, some eco-paths are suggested considering the cost between nodes. By the term cost, more parameters than the actual economical costs are taken into consideration, such as the length of each path, the energy that is required during this path, the operational cost, and etc. A case study is also included. So let's say some words about scheduling and rescheduling problem. It is obvious that keeping drivers well informed is critical in order to help them to make the best choices. So, moving from a traditional dispatcher process to an automated GPS-driven fleet tracking and management solution seems mandatory. The main objective of the vehicle rescheduling problem is to minimize operational delays and delay costs. So, adaptive routing is going to save travel time and money, and is going to enhance the travel time reliability. There are a lot of different models and several survey approaches on adaptive routing and vehicle rescheduling problem. Some reference, as you can see, are there. So, in our decision-making process, in the proposed model that we developed, the parameters are the fuel consumption for trucks, the number of lanes per direction in each path, the distance that each node has from the final destination node, and the travel time that is required. Each one is evaluated based on whether it was considered a positive parameter that facilitates the trip, or a negative one with a negative impact on the final result. About fuel consumption estimation, another model have been developed during Pharos project. I'm not going to tell you more about this, just that based on this model, the fuel consumption should be estimated as the component of the fuel consumption in motion, and for reporting purposes, motion on idle. These results are taken into consideration during the model for the scheduling and rescheduling problem. The second parameter is the number of lanes that exist in each road. Taking into consideration the current infrastructure, it was decided that if a road has more than 2 lanes, gets 0.5 points, while if there are existing 2 lanes or less, 0 points are given to this path. Another parameter is the distance that each node has from the final destination. It's clear that the system must select the path with the lowest cost, so the distance of each of the nodes that belong to the possible paths from the final destination seems critical. The selection of the optimal path is influenced by determining the node that's closer to the final goal. The distance of each node from the final destinations is multiplied with minus 0.1. The last parameter is the travel time. As we want to avoid delays, it is clear that the travel time affects the final selection of the optimal path in an inverse way. This is why it is also multiplied with an A8 of minus 0.1. So let's see the decision-making process. At first, when a scheduling or rescheduling problem exists, is requested all possible roads to be calculated, all the possible roads between an origin node I and a destination node K. As a second step, the different parameters mentioned above for the paths that form the different routes are calculated, and the rating for each path is given by adding the parameters with the rate. So finally, in a track of key nodes that could be described as the sequence 1, 2, 3 until K, the total rating by adding the rating of each separate path that forms the whole sequence are presented. And to be more specific, at first the user has to insert the different nodes for the scheduling or scheduling problem. Then the system calculates the different possible paths, and based on the different parameters calculate the rating for each path. The total rating for each road is calculated, and the system has to select the road with the lowest rate. Finally, the optimal road with the least cost is presented to the user as the recommended solution to his request. A case study of a schedule update is presented. At first, Ring Road was set as origin, and Suez Road is the destination. The length of the path between the two nodes is 21 kilometers. Owing to different data, to new data, the schedule of the track has to change, and a request for rescheduling. There is a request for rescheduling, as the track has to go also in two more nodes, such as El Nas Road and El Oruba. You can see the 4 nodes on the map of Cairo. So, for the 4 nodes, 6 different possible routes are calculated. The distance between each path and the fuel consumption for each distance, as well as the number of lanes in each one, and the distance of the final path node J to the destination node K are calculated. Indicatively, you can see part of this data in the table. So finally, the system has to calculate the total rating for each path sequence. And finally, route 14231 is recommended as the optimal solution for the rescheduling problem that was required. To conclude, the scheduling and rescheduling component is a part of a wider project that has as main objective to promote eco-friendly and low-cost ITS solutions in Egypt. This component has been fully implemented and used successfully and tested successfully through Softex International Company. However, further ITS-related work has to be done, especially in dynamic traffic assignment, which is not so, it wasn't possible for us to do it because of the lack of infrastructure that will provide us with more data. So it is suggested that Egypt needs to further invest in ITS development by approaching an ITS roadmap with the following steps: ITS vision at first, ITS mission, to create an ITS national strategy, and a final ITS architecture. Based on the international common practice, it is suggested that 2 processes must run at the same time. First of all, the establishment of a national ITS society, and the development of a government-led national strategy. Thank you very much.